Root cause analysis, or RCA, is a structured approach to problem solving that helps you get to the root of the issue instead of just addressing the symptoms. It's widely used in business and industry to improve processes and products by identifying the root causes of problems. The idea is simple. If you want to solve a problem, you need to identify why it's happening in the first place. Once you understand the root causes, you can develop effective solutions that actually address the problem. Otherwise, you're just treating the symptoms, and the problem will likely continue to persist. So what are the steps involved in conducting a root cause analysis? Well, let's take a look at 5 of them. No. 1. Root cause analysis. This is where you start. You want to clearly define the problem that you're trying to solve. Be specific and objective when describing the issue. You might also want to use data or metrics to help quantify the problem. Once you have a clear understanding of the problem, you can move on to step 2, which is identifying the root causes. There are a variety of tools and techniques that can be used to identify root causes, but one of the most popular is the Fishbone Diagram, also known as an Ishikawa diagram, or a cause and defect diagram. A fishbone diagram is a visual tool that helps you brainstorm potential root causes of a problem. It's called a fishbone diagram because the diagram looks like a fishbone with the problem statement at the head of the bone, and the potential causes branching off from it. To create a fishbone diagram, start by writing the problem statement at the head of the bone. Then brainstorm potential causes and group them into categories. Some common categories include people, process, materials, environment, and equipment. Once you have all the potential causes listed, you can start to analyze them to determine which are the most likely root causes. This can be done through discussion with subject matter experts or by using data and other analytical techniques. Once you've identified the most likely root causes, you can move on to step 3, which is analyzing the root causes. The goal of this step is to determine the relative importance of the different root causes. This can be done using a variety of methods, but one of the most popular is Pareto Analysis. Pareto Analysis is a technique for prioritizing problems based on their impact and frequency. It's named after the Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto, who observed that a small number of factors often account for a large number of problems. In the context of root cause analysis, Pareto analysis can be used to prioritize the different root causes based on their impact on the problem. To conduct a Pareto analysis, start by listing the root causes from most to least impactful. Then calculate the percentage of the total impact that each root cause accounts for. You can then use these percentages to create a Pareto chart, which is a bar graph that shows the percentage of total impact for each root cause. Once you've created the Pareto chart, you can analyze it to determine which root causes have the greatest impact. Generally, you'll focus on the root causes that account for the majority of the total impact. These are the ones that are most likely to have the biggest payoff when addressed. After analyzing the root causes, you should have a pretty good idea of what's really causing the problem. Now it's time to move on to step 4, which is developing solutions. The goal here is to come up with potential solutions that will address the root causes you've identified. This often involves brainstorming with cross-functional team members to come up with creative solutions. Once you've brainstormed potential solutions, you need to evaluate them to determine which are the most feasible and effective. This involves assessing the pros and cons of each solution and considering things like cost, time, and resources. After evaluating the solutions, you can select the best one and move on to the final step, which is implementing the solution. This involves putting your solution into action and monitoring it to ensure that it's effective. This may require making changes to processes, systems, or procedures. It's important to document the solution and any changes made so that they can be shared with others in the organization. Additionally, it's often helpful to establish metrics to track the effectiveness of the solution over time. This allows you to measure the impact of your solution and make any necessary adjustments. Thanks for watching. Do you have any tips or tricks for conducting a root cause analysis? Please share them with us in the comments below. And if you liked this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching.